The Good Stuff, a song recorded by Kenny Chesney and written by my friend Jim Collins. We're the Songwriters. Hey y'all, we're in Palm Coast, Florida today for the Palm Coast Songwriters Festival, and our friend Jim Collins is here.
How are you?
And we were talking about one of your songs, a Kenny Chesney song. It's just one of my favorites, The Good Stuff.
Yeah.
Where did that song come from?
It's kind of based on a true story. I actually had the idea of The Good Stuff the night before, but my idea originally was kind of I was thinking about when my wife and I first got married. We were, we had one bedroom apartment, no furniture hardly, and we'd eat pizzas on the floor and all that stuff. But looking back on that was really the good stuff,
Yeah.
We didn't have any money, and I never felt poor.
Right.
We were happy, and so I thought, well, that's the good stuff. So the next day, I go in to write with Craig Wiseman, who's probably one of the, if not the best songwriter I've ever worked with.
Mm-hmm.
He and I had called Craig the night before and told him the idea, and so I was waiting on Craig to get there, and there was a security guard at the front desk named Rusty Martin.
I remember Rusty.
Remember Rusty?
Yeah, he was there all the time.
Yeah, and Rusty had shaved his head, like Mr. Clean,
Yeah.
and I made a comment about his haircut, and I was just joking around with him, but as we got to talking, I found out that he had just lost his wife to cancer, and she had lost her hair, and he shaved his head in support of his wife.
Wow.
And so we sat there talking, and he was talking about their life together, and he was talking about all the good times they had raising the kids, and he stopped at one moment and he said, Jim, he said, she taught me as much about dying as she did living. And I just lost it,
I bet.
So when Craig got there, I told him the story, and all of a sudden the song The Good Stuff had a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
So we wrote the song, and we wrote it on a Friday, and I was so obsessed in those days. I would demo songs on Saturday, so I wouldn't miss any writing appointments or anything. That following Tuesday, Chesney cut the song, and he knew that Rusty. He knew Rusty because he was the guard in the building.
Right, that's the building where his record label is.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And so, and Kenny recorded the song, and actually if you read the liners on the album, it's dedicated to Rusty and his wife, Becky was her name.
Yeah.
And which is really, this is another kind of crazy story. In the song, I say the word Bonnie, which
Right.
is, that's my Bonnie,
Yeah.
And Bonnie was my Aunt Bonnie, who basically raised me.
Yeah.
And but on the original lyric of the song, the name was Becky. On the original lyric, I didn't know that was her name. That's just what I
Really?
I had no idea her name was Becky. So we've always kind of felt like maybe there was a little extra, something going on that day.
Yeah.
And
angels whispering in your ear.
Yeah.
I feel like that
I
happens
hope
a
she
lot.
doesn't want a third, But
I feel like that happens a lot, though, don't you? Like when you're writing a song, sometimes you don't even know why a lyric will just suddenly pop up, and you go like, "Where'd that come from?"
Right. I agree with you.
There's a lot of magic involved in what we do, and I think we're very lucky to get to capture that.
Yeah. So anyway, it wound up being a 7-week #1.
Wow.
Song of the year thing, and I'm very proud of that song. It was hard. That was a hard one to write, but we wrote it, and
it's worth it though. There's just so much good stuff in the good stuff.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
it's one of my favorite songs that you've written.
I appreciate it.
It's great.
Me and my lady had our first big fight, so I drove around till I saw the neon lights of the corner bar. It just felt right, so I pulled up. Not a soul around but the old barkeep down at the end, looking half asleep. He walked up and said, "What'll it be?" I said, "The good stuff." He didn't reach around for the whiskey, he didn't pour me a beer. His blue eyes kinda went misty. He said, "You won't find that here, 'cause it's the first long kiss on the second date. Your mama all worried when you get home late, and dropping the ring in the spaghetti plate, 'cause your hands are shaking so much. And it's the way that she looked with rice in her hair, eating burnt supper the whole first year, and asking for seconds to keep her from tearing up. Yeah, man, that's the good stuff. He grabbed a carton of milk and he poured a glass. I smiled, said I'll have some of that. We sat there and talked as an hour passed, like old friends. I saw a black and white picture and he caught my stare. It was a pretty girl with bouffant hair. He said, yeah, that's my Bonnie. Taken about a year after we wed. He said, I spent 5 years in the bottom when the cancer took from me. But I've been sober 3 years now, 'cause the one thing stronger than the whiskey was the sight of her holding our baby girl. The way she adored that string of pearls I gave her the day our youngest boy, Earl, married his high school love. And it's a new t-shirt saying I'm a grandpa, being right there as our time got small, and holding her hand when the good Lord called her up. Yeah, man, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. He said when you get home she'll start to cry. When she says she's sorry, says so am I. And look into those eyes so deep in love, and drink it up, 'cause that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff.
The Good Stuff, a song recorded by Kenny Chesney and written by my friend Jim Collins. Jim is a hit songwriter who's had multiple top 10s and number 1s and a couple of Grammy nominations, and is just an incredible guy. He's going with us to Japan in May, and we're so glad to have him going with us on that trip. If you want to learn more about songwriting and how to take your songs to the next level, then be sure to visit my website, thomshepherd.com, and we'll see you next time.